was lucky enough to be, surprise! Surprises are good because everybody loves a surprise, don't we all? Right? We all like those takeaways, we all like those surprises. So I was the surprise, but they never made me feel like I was a booze, which is a great thing. I was always wanted. I was always wanted. And I was very fortunate because the father that everyone speaks of, you know, we all know him as my nephew Tony, where's Tony, said today, we all know him in different ways. You know, Tony's generation grew up with the grandchildren knowing my father very differently than my children know my father, or the great-grandchildren. And that's why we always made a very special point to get together whenever we could and take those annoying pictures where we made you all line up for pictures, right? And you're like, oh, another picture? You guys got to be kidding me. There's Aunt Mary and I going, again, another one more time, right, Aunt Smith? Exactly. But it was so important because those are the things that are going to carry us through every single day. You know, we have so many memories in this room that could probably write a novel, right? On what my father has done. Our father, not just my father, our father has done. Such an accomplished man. A man who came over when he was just, what, 6 years old, right? By himself, right? Came over by himself. And look around the room. Look what you all experienced and felt last night when everybody walked in that room and everybody had something to share, something to know, something to say about the great Anthony Arico Sr., because that's what he was. So I'm going to share just a little bit. Some of you have already seen it if you've seen my posts on Facebook. As you can tell, I'm very shy. I don't like to speak in public. That's one gift my father gave me, the ability to talk, the ability to go wherever, and I loved it last night, listening, and I listened. And Aunt Fran said it perfectly. You know, she was in awe when they came into the room, one by one, people lining up. I knew your father, I knew your brother, I knew your uncle, I knew your, and it was just amazing. And Aunt Fran said, you know what? I just can't believe it because it was never a time that my brother did not go somewhere and touch somebody and know them and create that connection with somebody, because that's what it's about. And that's what my father did no matter where he went. You know, it was his personality. It was that smile, that infectious, contagious smile that we all remember. In those last few weeks of his life, it was so difficult, very difficult. I'm not gonna lie, and Mom, we love you from the bottom of our hearts. I can't even tell you, you know, I speak for all of us. I don't know how we got so lucky to have you and to have Dad, because honestly, you're amazing, and he was amazing. He never, neither of them, never made us think that somebody, you know, we didn't have something, right? Never. We always had what we needed, and we were happy with what we had. We never asked for more because we were happy with what we had. And that's because my parents instilled those values, their loyalty, everything that my brother spoke of from the moment we were born. We knew before we got on this earth, when Father talked about that today, where were we before? We knew, okay? There's a place, and God knew exactly where to place us. And he placed all 9 of us with you and Dad. And that is something that we will all always hold, and our children will hold. And I promise you, we all promise you, no one will ever forget you, and no one will ever forget Dad and what you've done. So really quickly, as I'm talking, I think Teresa gave me 1 to 2 minutes is what my limit was. I think, although she said I could have 3. I did say I could have 3. I'll just read this, and I wrote this the night after I was very overwhelmed, and I had gotten home from after seeing my father that Thursday night after he had passed, and it was very peaceful. It was very peaceful the way my father went, and that's a gift that my father gave to all of us. In his final moments, that was his gift to us, that he went so peacefully and so comfortable. And my mom will say, he loved me so much, and he loved her, and he loved all of us so much that he gave us that at those final moments. Because he gave us the gift to say, hey, you know what? I raised all of you. I love all of you, and you're all going to be okay without me. I want you all to continue to live. the best that you can do, because that's what he did every single day. So I wrote this that night, and that was that Thursday at 10:20. I said, so this is a tough post to write. I first would like to thank everyone who has called, texted, and reached out during this very difficult time for my family. Last night, myself, along with my other siblings, nieces, I had the most amazing visit and chance to thank a man who was truly everything to everyone. Some knew him as Dad, others Grandpa, others friend, uncle, and cousin. Hard to imagine the man who was the most important man in my life is not with us anymore. He taught his children how to be strong, how to be successful, and most of all, how to be respectful. I loved his smile. We all did. No matter where he was or how he was feeling, we could always guarantee a smile that was infectious and it would light up that room. Anthony Arico Sr., my father's lessons, just to name a few. He taught us to be forgiving. How difficult is that for all of us sometimes, right? But my father and my mother, they taught us to be forgiving. And sometimes people don't always deserve it, but they always said, always forgive. He taught us to be ambitious and to achieve and to create the amazing. A lesson I teach my children, and I tell them all the time, you were all brought to this world to create the amazing. Create it, because you can do anything you put your mind to. He taught us to honor not only ourselves, but our country. He taught us, and as you know, he was a World War II vet. He taught us to energize others with our faith and our passion for life. And he taught us to respect others, and most of all, our country. And I said to my father on this evening, this may be goodbye for now, Dad, but we will meet again. I hope you're at peace and already planting that huge garden in the sky. Because we all know he's already up there eating his dandelions, right? I promised my father the night that I had seen him before he passed. I said, I promised you last night before we left your room, and I mean it. We will take care of Mom always. Always. We will make sure that your legacy that you built and your strong Arico name will never be forgotten. We will make sure our children and their children will know, love, and respect you always. Till we meet again, my Father, may the Lord take great care of you until we meet again. And thank you for being my dad and for being my children's grandparents. We love you.
You. I couldn't have done it. I could not. Everybody says that how wonderful it was, the way I took care of my husband. What's his name?
Sorry, I didn't see you.
Everyone says how wonderful I was with my husband, how I took care of him. But without the support of my children, I couldn't have done it. I could not have done it. All I can say is thank you. Thank you, and I love you all. God bless you. Okay, yes, I am a little woman. I'm just the water. They're so shorter.
Well, she's still taller than the rest of us.
I'm getting shorter.